Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Shoot the Shit Show. I am your host, Nim.
And I'm your host, Jackie O. And in this week's shit that's happening, we're going to talk about something that's a little, I don't know, it's not all that light, but it's that whole, Woody Allen thing.
Yes.
You know, and it's just bothering me because we're hearing so much about it everywhere that I feel like we have to address it.
Yes.
And, you know, for those of you that you don't know, Woody Allen was given an award on the Grammys. And so it kind of brought all this back up. It was like not Grammys, Golden Globes.
Golden Globes.
And basically it was like a lifetime achievement or something. Yeah. And Diane Keaton got up and talked about it. So it kind of brought maybe his name to the forefront.
Yeah.
And from that... one of Woody Allen's adopted sons sent out a letter.
Was it his adopted one or was his real son?
Well, maybe it was the real son. It was the real son, yes. You're right. Yeah, yes.
Because we drink a lot on this show. However, I do think that it was his real son, but it was his adopted
You're right,
daughter.
because the real son now has taken Mia Farrow's name. He got rid of Allen because he wants nothing to do with the father.
Yes.
So you're right. He did put out a letter kind of like saying, you know, that was a great speech, but don't you remember that he molested my sister?
Right.
And now she's come out with a letter.
Right. So basically, just to take it back a bit also. So Woody Allen's adopted daughter said that he molested her many years back in, 1992? And you probably guys know, he married one of his adopted daughters. But there was never any, the police said there wasn't enough evidence.
Yeah, they did investigate. And so but he was never charged with anything.
Exactly. But then, and you could play devil's advocate here, but what benefit or what advantage do these children get by saying that their father did this to them?
Exactly.
And not only the adopted one, but their blood.
Exactly.
The blood son.
Well, and the fact that he didn't marry one of his young, it doesn't really play well. The thing that I'm thinking is that, this is serious, and they really should find out the truth. Mm-hmm. I recall an incident in San Diego where these kids were really brainwashed to believe that it really happened when it didn't.
And that happened.
And this poor family was ruined, and they went to jail, and these therapists and everyone brainwashed these children to think that it really, really happened until many years later where the kids were like, this didn't happen to me. So there's so many different things that could be going on. And
but it should be, you're right, it should be investigated. And just because he's famous, and because everything, it seems like all these celebrities get away with, committing murder and stuff like that, just because you're famous for a celebrity doesn't mean that
you're above the law.
Yeah, shouldn't be investigated and sent to jail.
And it really shouldn't be happening in the media.
And possibly castrated, I'm just saying.
All this stuff should not be in the media.
Yeah.
All these letters and stuff like that.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, just,
Yes. Okay. Moving on to a lighter subject.
Yay!
Shit that's posted. Jackie O. Can you see this?
I can.
Okay. Loved it.
Beautiful. Beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman. And here's the deal. I just don't like American Apparel. I'm just going to come out and say it. Because if this was a Dove campaign, I'd be right behind it. But I think they're completely using this woman.
Well, we also know that American Apparel was just on our show not too long ago.
Yeah.
If it was maybe the last episode, I'm not sure. With the merkin.
Exactly.
With the pubes.
I think
the bad bush.
Yeah, it was a bad bush. I just think
so what are they doing with this underwear line and the ad campaign and the, this is just propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. She's a 65-year-old woman and she's wearing lingerie for them. She is a beautiful woman.
Absolutely.
And she is beautiful regardless of her age. And the underwear looks really great on her. However,
but American Apparel, that's not even the demographic. It's not anyone over...
I just think it's...
22.
Think it's a bit cheap. She's not cheap. She's lovely. And if she was in the Dove campaign, I'd be all over it like
rock
a fat
and
kid
roll.
on a Smartie. But
like a fat kid on a Smartie. Did you hear that one?
Oh,
I've never heard that one before.
You know what Smarties are, don't you?
Well, we had Smarties, but those are the things that we crushed up and...
No, you don't put them on your nose. They're chocolate M&Ms.
Oh,
yes.
Ooh, like a fat kid, like Jackie O on a Smartie. I love it. So anyway, what's pissing us off?
What is pissing us off? I think you're going to tell me.
Pissing us off this week is the whole parking debacle. We'll call it a debacle because I just want to use that word.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. In LA, it's really crazy. And I'm sure there's other cities that it's even worse. But here, there's so many like signs, like you can't park on this side of the street on this day because of street cleaning. And then the parking meters are only certain times. And just recently, the whole parking meter thing changed in LA County, where they now charge you on Sundays.
Yep.
The parking meters go down. Or they last longer. They used to stop at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Now they're till 10 o'clock at night.
You know, okay, and this is outrageous. It's a money grab. And these, if they put as many like meter maids looking for good tax-paying citizens, if to solve a crime or catch a bad guy.
I know. If they put as many cops on the street to catch criminals versus as many meter maids. We have somebody who runs up and down our street. Like, that's their job, is just our street all day long.
Outrageous.
So it really does piss us off because...
Yes. What's pissing our viewers off? I don't even know.
Well, one of our viewers in Denver, who will remain nameless. However, I usually call... what do I call them?
I don't know.
I just had a brain fart, guys.
I
call her Latita Lancome.
Oh.
Or Latida Lancome. You know who you are.
Latida
but you know what pisses her off? Latida Lancome.
Yes, Lancome.
You know what pisses her off is when people put you on speakerphone and they don't tell you you're on speakerphone.
Especially when you're in the car.
Like awesome. I've done it before and I'm like, fuck that. And they're like, my kid's in the car.
I
Oops.
know.
Yeah, that kind of pisses me off too.
Pisses us off too.
Yep. But
cheers, guys.
Thank you for viewing.
Check in for us at Facebook and on YouTube.
Tell us what's pissing you off.
Please do. Toodles.